Hey there, gamers. My name is BenjiBain, in case you couldn't read. And boy, I gotta tell you, Master Duel's here, and it is amazing to see an official Yu-Gi-Oh simulator from Konami themselves. I personally love how the game is going so far, especially since I haven't had to spend a single cent on the game yet. But let me know your own thoughts on the game down in the comments. Do you hate it? Love it? Would you suggest any changes? The only problems I really have is those duels taking eternities to finish. But aside from all that, welcome to my first video. This is my shot out into the dark void of the YouTube algorithm. So I'm honestly surprised you even stopped by, but glad nonetheless. Alright, let's get the formalities out the way and get right into the deck profile. Okay, so Ultra Athletes. Unfortunately, this deck is really not too good. It's honestly worse than a Rogue tier or something like that in my opinion. Just because it really relies on its level 4s and its normal summon. So if you get like Solemn Judgment or something, that's kind of the end of your turn, basically. The midfielder here basically special summons another UA from your hand to the field by sending another UA that you control on the field to the hand, and that's basically the core mechanic of all Ultra Athletes. It's just that midfielder can do it another time, I guess, but for other Ultra Athletes. Every UA can be special summoned by sending another differently named UA from their field back to the hand. It's basically taking one from the bench to put them out into the field and then bringing one on the field back to the bench, you know, moving on. Mighty Slugger is going to be one of your main attackers. It basically stops any cards or effects, any kind of activations until the end of the damage step once it declares an attack. And its 2300 attack is not anything to laugh at, especially with the attack boost that we're going to talk about soon. Perfect Ace is going to be one of your defensive options and something you want to set up if you're going first. If you're going first, your main goal is to set up Perfect Ace and Blockbacker. Bonus points if you can get Goalkeeper out on the field as well, which will protect one of your UAs once that turn from any kind of destruction or battle. And it is a quick effect, so you can do it reactively. But Perfect Ace is going to be your negate. Any card or effect that activates during your opponent's turn, discard one card, negate it, destroy, you know? Rebounder is a very special case because Rebounder's effect is if you were to special summon it during your opponent's turn, you're able to special summon another Ultra Athlete from your graveyard or hand, except Rebounder of course, but you know, we're gonna have different ones anyway. It's a way to give back something that you probably lost, maybe your Dunker or Playmaker or something. Maybe you lost your Perfect Ace and you need a second one to set up. Rebounder is gonna be the way. You can also normal summon if you would like to do so, which will also get you the effect, but special summoning during your opponent's turn is going to be a lot easier with like Libero Spiker or midfielder. Libero, by sending another level 5 you have in your hand and maybe Rebounders in your deck or so, bringing Rebounder out and then Libero Spiker goes back to your hand for a follow-up. Blockbacker is what you want to set up with Ace because Blockbacker, when your opponent special summons a monster, you can change their battle position, and if you do, negate their effects. Kinda doesn't work in this Link era, but you go ahead and use the effect. Now Dunker is going to be your main form of OTK potential and attack, really, mostly because it has the highest attack. Dunker also does piercing, and when he does do battle damage, you're able to pop a card on the field. Really, it's going to be your main attacker. Now Playmaker, it does give 800 attack to other UAs that are attacking during that turn. It can be activated as many times as you want, and all the attack that he gave to your other monsters are permanent. So it'll stay on Dunker, it'll stay on Mighty Slugger and stuff if you keep them on the field, of course. Player Manager is really freaking useful because it's another way of getting more bodies on the board, basically. If you normal special summon another UA monster, except during damage step, special summon this card from your hand. This is the only UA card that doesn't have the effect of, you know, getting on and off the bench. But when this card is special summoned, you can either pop one card on the field or negate your entire opponent's board of monsters if they're not UA monsters, but you know, who the heck is going to be running UAs except you crazy fools. But yeah, that's Player Manager. Easily gets more bodies on the board. You use his effect by special summoning him first and then using him to special summon another UA so you can keep him in your hand for your opponent's turn kind of thing. It's really good for disruption. It negates all of your opponent's monsters if you can somehow get that off during your turn so you can do your own plays. Player Manager is just good. In my honest opinion, you should probably run this at 3 and get rid of like Goalkeeper or something, but I digress. Rhoda is Rhoda, terraforming is terraforming. Signing deal, basically another form of Rhoda. If you have another UA in your hand that's level 5 or higher, but no level 4s in your starting hand, and you do have signing deal though, activate signing deal, pay the 1200 to get midfielder or libero out, whichever one you think would be more useful. Special summon the other UA you have in your hand, and then you can still normal summon, of course. It's basically another Rhoda for the deck. Foolish Burial Goods is only used with penalty box, which I'll go ahead and explain. Its first effect on field is that if your UA attacks an opponent's monster, at the start of the damage step, banish that monster. And that's up to 2 end phases on your opponent, even including the first turn that you use it if it's during your opponent's turn. Otherwise, if it's in graveyard, you banish it and search out any UA spell card in the deck, which is why we run, you know, 1 turnover and 1 locker room, 2 stadium, stuff like that. A lot of extravagance is only here because this deck is mainly main deck focused. You really don't go into the extra deck any, if at all. In any case, you do still want to put monsters that are helpful or useful in any case, you know, Zeus, any of these level 7 or level 5 Ixies, access code, you know, at least something useful, right? Phoenix, Unicorn, Decode even, IP for some reason, I don't know, I just have her in there. You do what you want, you know, put whatever you want in there. It's really only used for extravagance, honestly. Our jersey is going to be your OTK helper, I guess. Equivalent to a UA, they gain 1000 attack and defense. If it battles an opponent's monster and destroys it, 1, its battle damage is doubled, which is crazy. And if it does destroy the monster, it can make a second attack. Let's say it was put on Dunker. You can bring Dunker back into your hand in main phase 2 to special summon another UA. Our jersey, even though it's sent to grave, will activate its effect to put itself back into your hand for next turn as well. Now, normal stadium is the bread and butter of your deck. You normal summon a UA, you search another UA from your deck to your hand. Then if another UA monster is special summoned to your side of the field, all monsters you currently control gain 500 attack, and that's also permanent. Hyper Stadium's really good because when the card is activated, you can either add a UA monster from your deck to your hand, which is its own form of search, or you can add 1 normal stadium from your graveyard to your hand. And that's very useful because its second effect is that you can reveal 1 field spell in your hand, pay 1000 life points, and then you can normal summon twice basically for that turn, which basically gives you 2 searches for a normal stadium, which is awesome honestly for this deck. Monarch Stormforth, you all know what this does. Tribute 1 of your opponent's monsters to get, you know, 1 of your level 5s. If you want to get Rebounder out, I've done this play many times. It's actually really fun, and comboed with turnover tactics makes it even more fun. So this is a form of removal for your opponent's board if you somehow can't deal with it otherwise. And then your opponent, if they shuffle any cards into their deck, they're able to special summon any monsters from their main deck, which is the kicker here, because if they have a bunch of extra deck monsters on the field and not a single main deck monster of any kind, all of their monsters go back to the extra deck and they have an empty board now. Unfortunately, like I said, you can't attack this turn, but the setups you can do and the way to remove their entire field just like that is crazy. Otherwise, you don't really see this card too often, and you're not really trying to look for it either unless you're in a desperate situation. Locker room, in my honest opinion, this card is not that needed. The effect of targeting a UA in your graveyard or on the field to add it back to your hand is not too bad, and the 500 life points you gain is not bad either. The mulligan is also not bad, but I really wouldn't say that any of these effects are great. It's really good in the mid game or end game. Obviously, you've expended your resources and you need to get some monsters back or whatever from your graveyard. Great, it's great to use it then, but otherwise you really don't want to see this in your opening hand. I honestly suggest you can cut this out of your deck and you'll be fine, you know, without it. Oh, but you might be asking, oh, Maxi, you never talked about Maxi. Do I really need to talk about Maxi though? It's Maxi. You're gonna want to run Maxi. Other than that, that's gonna be all for the deck profile. Now that you know how to play the deck, let me go ahead and show you some examples from live ranked duels. I'm actually very close to hitting plat, and I've actually been using this exact deck to climb the ladder. So let's go ahead and see it in action, huh? Alright, so clearly you can see I'm in gold rank 2. I've been climbing the ladder with this deck. I really haven't played anything else. But yeah, let's just get right into it, shall we? I do like how quick it is to find a match or anything. So we are OTK, so we do like to go second. This person's rocking the Ash mate. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. People who like Ash that much are a little weird in my opinion, but it is what it is. We do draw Maxi, which is good. Let's see what my opponent's running. One set. That's it. Okay. Alright. I don't know if we can get the OTK here, but I'll certainly try. We still don't have a level 4 of any sorts, so hopefully we get something off of this extravagance. Maybe they don't have Ash. It would be pretty sad if they did. Well, looks like they got something. Is it gonna activate? It's probably the back row, maybe. Alright, let's go through. Very good. There we go, we got our midfielder. Let's go ahead and activate Stadium. Yeah, it's definitely the back row now. And you can tell that, you know, by the way the, you know, stops the flow of your plays and whatnot. Let's go ahead and normal summon midfielder. Let's see if we can get player manager out onto the field. We may not be able to OTK, but we can do some damage and put some pressure on him. Let's go ahead and get manager, because manager is very good. Let's special summon playmaker. Get him out to the field. Nice animation, despite the card being decent at some points. So this is chainable right here. So you notice that Stadium's about to activate to give 500 to all your monsters. Oh, Max C. That's what he has. Understandable. That's fine. We're still gonna special summon because I think it's worth doing the damage, despite him only gonna be able to get +1. Maybe +2 because I might have to special summon blockbacker for defense. So we get 500 boost. We can target that back row and destroy it. Is it still activatable? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, what's this? What are we facing here? Oh my god, it's Sky Strikers. Let me tell you guys how much I do not like Sky Strikers. Alright, but now we're gonna attack with Playmaker to get the most damage. What does he have up there? Sphere Karibo or something? Attack with player, manager, then use Playmaker's effect to gain 800. Alright. Still going in. The Battlestar card. It's probably the card engraved, huh? Oh no, because you need 3 or more. Alright, and then, like I said, main phase 2, we're gonna bring back Playmaker because he did lose some attack. We're gonna put Blockbacker back on the field. He will draw a card, but this will negate any monster effects during his turn if he summons a card. But Sky Strikers do like to use the extra deck a lot, so especially with Link monsters, so probably might not be able to use it, but you never know. We're gonna set locker room just in case we want to dodge anything, and I think we're gonna end turn there. So yeah, it looks like my opponent's playing Sky Strikers. I really don't like this deck because usually what Sky Strikers are is like 25 to 30 cards of just tech cards and then like 10 Sky Striker cards. It's, I don't know, it just feels like, you know, me, the kind of duelist that I am, I'm just like, you know, I want to play a pure version of some decks and stuff now, because then you put so many tech cards in and sometimes you brick like my opponent did. But again, they also need spell cards to use, and sometimes your opponent needs to have stuff on the field to use stuff, but yeah. A lot of desires. Unfortunately, I can't stop that, so he is gonna get that for free. Mind control? Who's he targeting? Blockbacker, huh? Yeah, that's a little bit of an issue, huh? I don't know if I should locker room or not. I definitely don't want him to have the card. I do want to activate its effect. I guess I do have to use it, huh? Because if he gets the card, then he has a free body he can do whatever he wants with. So let's go ahead and get it back. Ash? This negates Ash? Because the effect is adding from the graveyard? Add a card from the deck to transfer some from the deck. Send a card from the deck to the graveyard. That's a weird interaction. I can't believe he would use Ash on that. Kind of a waste in my opinion. There's definitely other things that's worth ashing. But now he does get control of my monster. Can't attack or be tributed, but you know. Kinda stops me from stopping his plays. Okay, let's go ahead and activate Maxi, because I know he's gonna go into Lynx, so hopefully that stops him from doing so. Or, you know, I just be able to draw cards. If anything, I don't really need to clear his board per se. I just need to be able to attack into something that I can do 1600 life points for. So there's Zeke. This card links when you target one phase one, so bash into your opponent's end phase. So that might be a reason for why you might want to be able to choose other monster zones other than the ones in front of. Had I known this was Sky Strikers, I probably would have set manager here or anywhere aside from the link zones. But again, like I said, this should be fine. Honestly, I could Stormforth here. Oh no, I still need another monster, but we can easily get one of those if we need to. Like Slugger or something, and then go for a game actually. So he's gonna try and put some attack on himself. Honestly, I think he should have kept that impermanence. And we got powered jersey, so I think this is just game here. So what we're gonna do, what should we do first? Let's see, first let's try and get Hyper Stadium out. Let's see if he has another Ash or anything. He does not, okay. Honestly, what I'm gonna do instead now that I know he doesn't have Ash, is that I'm gonna grab do I want turnover? I get turnover. No, I don't want turnover actually. I want, you know, let's get turnover just in case. Because what I'm gonna do, a normal summon midfielder, I'm gonna grab Slugger. Oh wait, no, I should have gotten Hyper Stadium. Yeah, I should have gone Hyper Stadium. If I wanted to get rid of this with Stormforth, I should have gone Hyper Stadium. That's a misplay on my part. And yeah, that's another thing to note too, I'm not the best. I'm very stupid sometimes when it comes to my plays. Anyways, normal summon midfielder. Gonna go ahead and activate Stadium. We're gonna get Slugger out here. We're gonna go ahead and special summon Slugger. He's gonna go up to 28. I'm gonna give him our jersey, and that should be game. We'll attack first, and that should be game, as I said. Go into another one. Alright, we got Feet of Fire here, who has decided that I'm gonna go first, which is not really optimal, but we can set up, like I said, Ace and Blockbacker or something to kind of get our stuff started. Now, this is kind of a bad hand. Double penalty box is definitely not what you want to see. Even one is definitely not what you want to see. But let's go ahead and activate Hyper Stadium. We're going to bring out our Libero, because we definitely don't want Playmaker in our hand either. So let's go ahead and summon this dude. And I'm gonna set both my penalty boxes because if one of them gets destroyed, I don't think I mind. And honestly, that is our best play as of right now, because if we want to, we can immediately summon Perfect Ace or something right now. Which, if that was the case, I should have kept one of my penalty boxes in my hand, which would have been good fodder, but, you know, happens. Let's see what my opponent's playing here. One set. Not a good sign for him. He's taking his time for sure. Alright, what the heck is this? Bushido's? What is this? 6 hands or something? Interesting. Is he attacking? He is attacking. I don't even know if I should penalty box this. I mean, it's already battle phase now, and I forgot to activate Libero, so might as well. Damage step. Activate the one in the middle. And bye-bye, Xian. Main phase 2. Let's go ahead and summon out something else. That way we have some sort of follow-up. I think I'm going to get Dunker out. Let's get Dunker. Yep. Okay. Another turn. Oh, there's Player Manager. Unfortunately, this isn't game, but let's go ahead and normal summon Libero. Activate Player Manager special summon itself. Use its effect to destroy the back row. And double-edged sword. Alright. Unfortunate, can't use that. Let's go ahead and just attack. Get some damage in. Some DMG, if you will. Dunker, and then even though you do battle effects with Dunker, you still can choose to not activate, of course. Save main phase 2. Can we do anything? Can we make anything? Is it worth making anything? I don't think it's worth making anything, so we're just gonna end turn here. Now, unfortunately, we do not have another level 5 or higher UA in our hand for Libero Spiker to up its effect, but I think we should be fine, especially with double penalty box on the field. Excuse me if you hear anything, I am drinking some water. Add one level 3 or lower 6 Sam. Can let that go through, it's fine. I can stop it anyway. Whoa, look at that Fuma. Boy's got a, what do they call it? Prismatic? Do they call it prismatic or is it like something else? I don't know, to be honest. Okay. Is he just gonna ram it into Libero or? Oh, it's still my turn. Whoops. He's probably just gonna go straight in. Grandmaster. Well, I don't know much about 6 Sam, so I didn't know you could just special summon a card like that. Didn't think it was gonna be useful to use Max C at any point. Oh, he's probably gonna synchro summon right now, isn't he? What do they make again? Shogun? Or like EN? Something like that? Don't remember exactly, but 6 scrolls. Oh, great Shogun Shien, isn't that funny? Is it worth Max C'ing here? Can I just do it for the memes? I'll do it for the memes. Whatever. Plus 0 on Max C. There he is, Shogun Shien. Well, too bad you don't have any other 6 Sams. Plus this thing vanishes, not destroys. We did get Perfect Ace right now, which is funny. We're to start off with Perfect Ace. He might just ram into Dunker. If not, player manager getting destroyed is fine too. Could always get it back with rebounder or locker room. Let's see what he does. Banishing 2 from grave. Is there something in here I'm missing? Never mind, something in his hand. Well, that's unfortunate. I wonder which one he's gonna destroy. Let's see if he targets Libero or something. He's probably gonna target Dunker, huh? If that's the case, I should have activated Spiker right now. Let's go ahead and do that now, actually. Return ace. Let's get back. I think it'd be good to get goalkeeper. Just to hold down the fort for now. Don't forget the other monster will come back the end of his turn too. Okay, if he's just gonna go in, I'm just gonna penalty box. No need. Goodbye, Shogun Xian. But now we are kind of under attack power to deal with this Inishi. How is he gonna put him back? It'd be funny if you put him in attack position. Or he just gives up? Confused? Alright, there you go against 6 Sams, which is cool. Oh, is there no tier 1 for gold? It's straight into platinum? Wow, okay. Cool. I just skipped gold tier 1. What is this? Alright, so that's my Ultra Athlete deck that I've used to climb up to plat now, and I hope it helps you out on your own climb or inspires you to build this deck. It's honestly really fun and surprisingly engaging to learn and play efficiently, you know, despite my obvious misplays. If you did make it to the end of the video, leave a comment saying the beginning lyrics to I Want You Back. Also, if you enjoyed the video, it really helps me out if you drop a like and hit that subscribe button down below. Lets me know you like the content, and you can always change your mind later. Well, that's all for now. Hope you all have a wonderful day or evening, and if you're not, just know that I'm manifesting some good vibes to head your way. Take care for now, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.